Today we are going to discuss about the self-esteem. Firstly, we will start from the introduction. That is, self-esteem is your opinion of yourself. People with healthy self-esteem like themselves and value their achievements. While everyone likes confidence, occasionally people with low self-esteem feel unhappy and unsatisfied with themselves most of the time. Basically, self esteem is an individual subjective evaluation of their own worth. Self esteem encompasses beliefs about oneself as well as emotional status such as strength, despair, pride, and shame. The self concept is what we think about the self esteem is the positive or negative evaluation of the self as in how we feel about it. Self esteem is an attractive psychological construct because it predicts certain outcomes such as academic achievements, happiness, satisfaction in marriage and relationship, and criminal behavior. Self-esteem can apply to a specific attribute or globally. Psychologists usually regard self-esteem as an enduring personality characteristics. Though normal, short-term variations also exist. Synonymous or near synonymous of self-esteem include many things like self-worth, self-regard, self-respect, and self-integrity. Basically, in self-esteem, we have to feeling about ourselves, and in the efficiency, we can perform adequately in a particular situation. So, in self actualization, we have to realize constant striving to his or her potential and to develop inherent talents and capabilities. In the self awareness, the top level of the consciousness, cognizance of the autobiographical character of personally experienced events. Self-esteem refers to a person's belief about their own worth and value. It also has to do with the feelings people experience that flow from their sense of worthiness or unworthiness. Self-esteem is important because it heavily influences people's choices and decisions. What is self-esteem? Self-esteem totally essential, particular, individual, worth, value, opinion, and judgment. These all are the mixture that is called the self-esteem. Self-esteem has many kinds of that is inflated self-esteem, low self-esteem, high self-esteem, self-confidence, identity, feeling of belonging, and feeling of competence. When you value yourself and have good self esteem, you feel secure and worthwhile. You have generally positive relationships with others and feel confident about your abilities. You are also open to learning and feedback, which can help you acquire and master new skills. Basically, in the self-esteem, having healthy self-esteem can influence your motivation, your mental well-being, and your overall quality of life. However, having self-esteem that is either too high or too low can be problematic. Better understanding what your unique level of self-esteem is can help you strike a balance that is just right for you. Self-esteem is your opinion of yourself. In the context of high self-esteem, it is a good opinion of yourself, and in the context of the low self-esteem, it is a bad opinion of yourself. This is our psychology. The self-esteem is used to describe person's overall subjective sense of personal worth or value. In other words, self-esteem may be defined as how much you appreciate and like yourself regardless of the circumstances. Your self-esteem is defined by many factors, including self-confidence, feeling of security, identity, sense of belonging, feeling of competence, etc. Because self-esteem tends to be lowest in childhood and increases during adolescence as well as adulthood, eventually reaching a fairly stable and enduring level. This makes self-esteem similar to the stability of the personality traits over time. Next, what self-esteem is not. Self-esteem is not basically, it is the disposition to experience oneself as being competent to cope with the basic challenges of life and of being worthy of happiness. If it is not grounded in reality, if it is not built over time through the appropriate operations of mind, it is not self-estimate. Low self-esteem often begins in childhood. Stress and difficult life events such as serious illness or a bereavement can have a negative effect on self-esteem. Self-esteem is not egotism, arrogance, sarcasm, selfishness, or a desire to feel the superior to others. It is not temporary. It is not dependent upon what other people think of you. It is the personality can also play a part. Some people are just more prone to negative thinking, while others set impossibly high standards of themselves. What kind of factors affecting on high and low self-esteem? Do you believe you are successful? You have to believe in yourself. However, we know the believing in yourself and accepting yourself for who you are is an important factor in success, relationship, and happiness, and that self-esteem plays an important role in living a flourishing life. We have various studies have confirmed that self-esteem has a direct relationship with our overall well-being, and we would do well to keep this fact in mind, both for ourselves and for those around us, particularly the developing children we interact with. We have to influence our self-esteem, including genetics, personality, life experience, age, health, thoughts, social circumstances, the reaction of others, and last, that is comparing the self of others. In this, your self-esteem depends on many questions. That is your job worthwhile? Do others respect what you do? And do you? How do you feel about your strengths and weaknesses? What do you think of your social status? How do you relate to the others? And can you make your own decisions? A lack of the choices lead to low self-esteem. Basically, according to the self-esteem expert Morris Rosenberg, self-esteem is a quite simply one's attitude towards oneself in 1965. He decided is a favorable or unfavorable attitude towards the self. So we have some kind of factors that develop the high and the low esteem. First of all, that is the high self-esteem. In this, we have if you are being praised, if you are listened to, if you are being spoken to the respectfully, if you are getting attention, experiencing success, and having trustworthy friends. Similar, in front of the high self-esteem, there is a low self-esteem that is experiencing continuous failure, being expected to perfect all the time, being ignored or made fun of, having physical or emotional punishment, and being criticized. While there is much, we still have to learn about self-esteem. We have at least been able to narrow down what self-esteem is and how it differs from other. Similarly, constructs read on to learn what sets self-esteem apart from other self-directed traits and the states. Why self-esteem is important to others? According to you, self-esteem is a first step towards your happiness and a better life. You can improve your relationships and become happier. Be a part of the person you could be, and your happiness will be limited. You should will contribute more and share yourself with the world and those around you. When you value yourself and have good self-esteem, you feel secure and worthwhile. You have generally positive relationships and so on. In the context of the students, self-confidence enables students to handle setbacks with ease. Instead of being crippled by failure, resilient children get up quickly, learn from their mistake, and try again. They accept that failure is a part of life and take more chances as a result, which make them even more successful later in life. In the context of your life, that low self-esteem can reduce the quality of a person's life in many different ways, including negative feelings. The constant self circumstances can lead to persist feelings of sadness, depression, anxiety, anger, shame, or guilt. Alternatively, a person with low self esteem may feel angry and bully other people. In this, self-esteem increases your confidence. If you have confidence, you will respect yourself and then you can respect others. Self-esteem is a very important part of life. We need strong self-esteem to have the confidence to do many tasks. The way others perceive us and has an effect on our self-esteem as well as how we perceive ourselves. In order to have good self-esteem, we need others to be encouraging and communicate in a positive way. Self-image is important because how we think about ourselves affects how we feel about ourselves and how we interact with others and the world around us. A positive self-image can boost our physical, mental, social, emotional, and spiritual well-being. In this, others' desires may take preferences over your. Low esteem causes depression, unhappiness, insecurity, and low confidence, and many kind of causes you to stumble at every challenge, and challenges seem impossible. In this, we have some points, that is, identify and challenge your negative beliefs. Identify the positive about yourself. Build positive relationships and avoid negative ones. Give yourself a break. Become more assertive and learn to say no. Improve your physical health and take on challenges. Your self-esteem can be influenced by your beliefs on the type of persons you are, what you can do, your strength, your weaknesses, and your expectations of your future. There may be particular people in your life whose messages about you can also contribute to your self-estimate. Self-estimate is your overall opinion of your life. How you feel about your abilities, your limitations. When you have healthy health esteem, you feel good about yourself and yourself as deserving the respect of others. When you have low self-esteem, you put little value on your opinions and ideas. Here we have some kind of advantages of a good self-esteem, that is, leader to others, accept failure, doesn't submit to peer pressure, is not a threat to others, believes in self, willing to try new things, appreciate life, change the bad. That is all a very good point, that is the good self-esteem. In this, self-esteem begins to form in early childhood. We have some kind of factors that you can influence self-esteem, that is, your thoughts and perceptions, how other people react to you, experiences at home, school, work, and in the community, illness, disability, or injury, age, role and status in society, and media messages. Assertive in expressing your needs and opinions, confident in your ability to make decisions, able to form secure and honest relationship, and less likely to stay in unhealthy ones, realistic in your expectations and less likely to be overcritical of yourself and others, more resilient and better able to weather stress and setbacks. We have some kinds of tips for building self-esteem, that is, believe on yourself, think positive, make plans for the future, set and achieve goals, do something challenging each day, look your best, eat correctly, do something for someone else, learn a new skills, take care of yourself, do things you enjoy. Start by making a list of things you like to do. Spend time with people who make you feel happy. Don't try to waste your time on people who don't treat you well. Use positive affirmations correctly. Identify your competence and develop them. Learn to accept compliments. Eliminate self-criticism and introduce self-comparison. Affirm your real worth. Ask for help. Use criticism constructively. Don't say negative things about yourself. Volunteer to share your skills with others. Reward yourself often. List your accomplishments each evening. Handle things one at a time. Believe in yourself. Gather the courage. Be optimistic. Treat yourself well. Participate in life. Be self-contained and establish a purpose. We have the effects of high self-esteem, that is, when you value yourself and have good self-esteem, you feel very good. Because in this, we have to pray. According to the American Psychological Association, having high self-esteem is key to positive mental health and well-being. High self-esteem matters because it helps you develop coping skills, handle adversity, and put the negative into perceptions. In this, assertive in expressing your needs and opinion, confident in your ability to make decisions, able to form secure and honest relationships, and less likely to stay in unhealthy ones, realistic in your expectations, and less likely to be overcritical of yourself and others. People with high self-esteem possess the following characteristics. Here we go. They like to meet new people. They don't worry about how others will judge them. They have the courage to express themselves. Their lives are enriched with each new counters. They are nicer to be around. They are magnets to positive opportunities. Their ideas are met with interest because others want to hear what they have to say. People with high self-esteem have an "I think I can" like that attitude. We have some kind of effects of low esteem, that is, living with low self-esteem can harm your mental health and lead to problems such as depression and anxiety. You may also develop unhelpful habits such as smoking, drinking too much as a way of coping. It also affects the experience we have in our lives. Over time, this can lead to low self-esteem, which can reduce the quality of a person's life in many different ways. Unchecked low self-esteem may even lead to mental issues such as anxiety, depression, something with tragic results. Some of the many causes of low self-esteem may include unhappy childhood where parents were extremely critical, poor academic performance in school resulting in a lack of confidence, ongoing stressful life events such as relationship breakdown or financial trouble. In this, people with low self-esteem possess the following characteristics, that is, they have a hard time forgiving their mistakes and make themselves pay the price forever. They believe they can never be as good as they should be or as others. They don't believe in themselves. They see themselves failing before they begin. They are dissatisfied with their lives. They complain and criticize. They spend most of their time alone. They worry about everything and do nothing. They are afraid to show their creativity because they will be ridiculed. How you can improve your self-esteem? In this, use hopeful statement, treat yourself with kindness and encouragement. Forgive yourself, avoid should and must statement, focus on the positive, Consider what you have learned, relabel upsetting thoughts, and encourage yourself. You also can begin by accepting that you are certainly not alone. Wonderful, special person, and there is no one quite like you. Self esteem, we have some kind of strategies because of one aspect of our beliefs. Try not to be believe that the whole of you is hopeful, while just one part of your behavior that may or may not be these things. We have some 12 steps to high self-esteem. That is, step 1, forgive yourself for past mistake. Step 2, focus on your positive attributes. Step 3, follow the example of successful people. Step 4, become a self-talker. Step 5, exhibit a good attitude. Step 6, get plenty of rest. Step 7, make your work skills your own. Step 8, practice your talents. Step 9, become physically fit, because nowadays you have to be able for a physically health and mentally healthy. Step 10, learn new things, because when we try to learn new things, we have a more knowledge about some kinds. Step 11, improve your personal relationships. And last, step number 12, that is dress well. Because when we dress up well, we feel very good, very educated, very good personality, because everybody noticed our body language, our personality, our talking style, and our body ache too. So thank you so much. I hope you clear about the all concept of the self-esteem and you get all points very clearly. Thank you so much.